Hey guys, it's Kristine. So I tried to take a nap, but that didn't really work out. So I just decided because I'm getting like my YouTube channel started better. I used to just follow people and look at videos. Now I'm like, okay, I need to like start uploading my videos I've been making for the past 8 months. Okay, so I don't want to bore you guys, but I just want to get on a few different topics about epilepsy. And one of the things that I go through a lot are headaches, migraines. They're not even headaches, they're migraines. And I've seen different videos of people talking about their migraines. And that's something I deal with on a daily basis. There's days where I don't have them, and those are like my lucky days. But for the most part, like I have a lot of migraines, especially like in the summer. The heat gets to me, and my migraines start off really intense, and I'm like, oh great. Like I used to call them headaches, but they're not really headaches. They're migraines, and my neurologist even told me they're migraines. She hasn't even prescribed me anything for them, but you know what? Like I've dealt with them ever since I can remember as a child. Like the furthest memory back is around like 10 or 11. But I don't know why my mom never got them checked out before. I would always complain to her. But, some parents, they just don't get it. They just think, oh, my kid's just complaining about whatever. So, anyways, I take my migraines really seriously, especially now. Before I would just think, like, oh, I'm just having a headache. Oh, I can deal with it 3 or 4 hours later. Like the fucking headache's still there. So, it's a migraine. But, that was one thing I wanted to talk about. They're very intense. They're very, they feel like it's like in really deep in the brain. It feels like tension. It feels like it hurts so bad that it almost doesn't hurt. But I know that doesn't make sense. It conflicts with what I'm saying. But it hurts so bad. It's like, oh my God, what else can hurt? But with that, that's not even an aura. It's just a migraine. It's something that just I have. So I also want to talk about auras. I do get auras, thankfully. I've had my seizures, epilepsy, for over 25 years from what my neurologist said. So I'm thinking I had them around 3 or 4 years old, because when I was diagnosed, I was 30 years old. I'm 31. So she said around over 25 years. So I'm thinking about like I was around 3 or 4 years old when I was having my seizures. And I remember as a child, like people would tell me like, Kristine, Earth to Kristine, or Kristine daydreams all the time. And as a kid, like you don't understand what you're going through. Like you don't know, like I'm daydreaming. What is that supposed to mean? Like I guess I just like lollygag or whatever. And I remember like being in elementary school, and my mom would have like parent teacher conferences, and the teachers would always say like, Kristine daydreams a lot. Kristine doesn't pay a lot of attention in class. She like spaces out. And my mom just took it as like, I'm not paying attention. Little did she know, little did the teacher know, and I know that I was having seizures. And I remember being in school and losing focus all the time. But I remember like always like trying to keep up with all the kids. Like I felt like I was like 2 steps behind, but I was 3 or 4 steps ahead trying to keep up with them. But I was still getting like an average grade or below sometimes. And it was quite embarrassing as a kid, and not knowing you're having, seizures. But my auras are different sometimes. I'll feel like really dizzy, and I'll get numbness in my feet. Dizzy and numbness are the main ones. When I lay down in bed, my hands start going numb. I don't notice my feet going numb too much unless like I have a grand mal. Like I've had a grand mal at work twice, and I'll get really dizzy and lightheaded, and then my feet go numb. I don't feel my hands go numb, my feet go numb. But when I'm laying in bed, because I do have nocturnal seizures, that when I'm laying down, my hands automatically start getting tingly and numb. And before, I used to think like it's me holding my phone all day. My hands are like tired from holding my phone. I would always come up with these freaking random excuses of why I feel the way I feel. now I actually know why I feel. Um, Other ones that I just recently felt, I had the lightheadedness. I get like this weird feeling sensation. Then I got the lightheadedness, and then I went to the restroom to like, because I was at work, I had to take my mask off because right now we're in quarantine. So I had to take my mask off, and I smelled like gas, but it smelled like a gas stove. Like if you turn on the gas without the flame being on, like that's what I smell. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Like, I know there ain't no gas leak in this bathroom. So I was like, let me get the hell out of here. Like, it's kind of scary. And I knew it was like a sensory thing too, but I never had that. And when I got out of the bathroom, like I started getting really dizzy, and I was like, oh, great, this is one of my symptoms. And I was like, let me go to the back break room. Maybe that'll help. You know, I sat down for a minute and my feet started going numb. And I'm like, like I need to be around someone in case I fall out. So I sat down right next to my coworker, and I was telling her, like, you know, I'm not feeling good. Like I'm getting really dizzy and stuff. And then all of a sudden, like I start shaking like this. So I start shaking, but the one hand that I noticed the most, I didn't really pay attention to this hand, but I lift this hand. So this one's shaking like crazy. Two of my other coworkers come over and they're trying to help me. I'm already in like a state of confusion trying to explain how I feel. And I'm like, I don't feel good. Like, and I'm still shaking like this. My one of my coworkers bring me water, 7-Up, and she asked if I have medicine, but I'm like, yeah, but it's like too early to take my medicine. And I'm still state of confusion, you know, and then she's like, well, just take half of the pill. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. So then I did. I took half a pill. I don't know if that helped or not, but like after 4 minutes, this slowed down to like a little bit of like wiggling. And then like I was like slightly twitching for about an hour. I felt extremely tired after that. Come to find out, that was a seizure. I didn't pass out, but I really felt like I was going to. So I'm still, you know, learning about my seizures and paying more attention to my body. My triggers I stay away from, and I've explained in other videos that I stay away from caffeine. Sometimes I have decaf coffee, but that's like once in a while. Like I'll take a sip and I'm done. Like that's the decaf I get all day. If I have any slight drink of like Coke or anything with caffeine, I just start feeling kind of weird. Like I already know like this is not good. So I can't have caffeine. I have to try and get as much sleep. Like, it's really hard for me to fall asleep, but I have to get as much sleep as possible. Even if it's a nap in between the daytime or whatever, I try to get my sleep in. Another trigger is alcohol. I don't drink, but when I do have like a beer or two, sometimes three, but I really don't drink. But like when there's like a special occasion or something, like I'm like, great. Like after the second one, I'm like, I really feel this. Like, and I know it's like my freaking seizures sneaking up on me. But I mean, I don't know if I'm having them or not. I just feel weird. And then another one is stress. So, and heat. I've realized that because the summertime right now is really hot, and the heat gets to me, and I'm in California. So, you know, the sunny state, Golden State, the heat. I love the sun though, but it gets really hot and it affects me. So those are what I try to stay away from. Yeah, so if any of you have any questions, I don't want to bore you any longer, but if you have any questions, or if you can like fill me in on your triggers or things, your auras or things you go through, if you have any headaches, like I would love to hear like about your childhood history of what the things you went through as a kid. And just put it in the comments. Let me know. Thank you. Have a good day, guys.